What it is, folks, your homeboy Ferg back again with another episode of the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something. Don't be alarmed. My real ones from Jackson State University, don't be alarmed, okay? Nothing is wrong with your phone. Nothing is wrong with your TV screen, okay? I know you see somebody that looks like the enemy on the screen, okay? But that is not the enemy. Y'all already know my brand, okay? I'm all about black, okay? I'm all about black. And if I'm about black, I gotta be about everybody within the SWAC. You feel me? Especially the real ones that's in this silk like I am. You know what I'm talking about? So ain't nothing wrong with your phone or your screen, okay? Y'all see a real one over there. All right, G from SWAC'n A Fool, okay? What's happening, dog?
What's good, big dog? What's good, big dog? Excited to be on, bro. Excited to be on, bro. Talk about some SWAC football, the big bad Braves, I like to call them, bro. I'm always excited to be on here, bro. Excited.
Hey, well, we're glad to have you on, dog. You know what I'm talking about? But real ones, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, okay? Share. Okay, y'all see what your homeboy first is doing over here. I'm like the goddamn United Nation, you know what I'm talking about? Bringing people together, okay? All right, so y'all see I got the dog on here, and we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna give you exactly what you want. But again, make sure y'all share, hit that subscribe button, okay? But G has agreed to come on, man, and give us his preview of his beloved Alcorn State Braves. You feel me? I did the same thing with Doc Holliday of HBCU Overdrive. If you missed that one, make sure you go check that out. Shout out to Doc. And if you haven't donated to his initiative, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if it's still going or not, you know what I'm talking about? But his initiative with speech impediments, great shit, you know what I'm talking about? Make sure you fuck with Doc on that, okay? But go check that out. But today is all about the Braves, okay? It's all about the Braves, and I got a lot of real ones down there, a lot of my beloved students, okay, that went down there to Lorman, you know what I'm talking about? Many of them still down there in Lorman, you know what I'm talking about? So, my Jack State people, I know y'all don't like to hear this, but Alcorn does produce some great people, okay? Some of my former students are a lot of them, okay? All right, but shout out to them, all right? But we're going to get straight into it. All right, so we're going letter grades. Okay, G, I want to get your letter grade for all of the following. We're going defense, we're going passing game, we're going to run game, we're going special team, we're going coaching staff, and of course, your overall team grade. Okay, so viewers, if y'all don't like what you hear, it ain't first with no Jack State bias. Okay, this is coming straight from a brother representing Alcorn. Okay, but let's get into it. Let's start with that defense, because we know defense wins championship. What do you say about your defense going into this year?
Look, you deal with a lot of real stuff over here. You say this the realest one, so I'm gonna keep it real.
Okay, so, keep it.
For my Braves is watching, I'm a hard grader, so it ain't always gonna, I ain't gonna just give us an A just because it's Alcorn. But talking my defense, I'm gonna give us A on defense. Okay. I think it's gonna be a defensive-led team. I think we had a really good defense last year. Special teams kind of put us in some tough situations. So sometimes it didn't always look like it, but I'm gonna give the defense an A. I think we bring back everything up front. The whole front seven returns. We added a few pieces. I think we got a lot of pass rushes. A lot. Malachi Bailey returns. Devin Dawson returns. Real big up front. 6'4". Devin Dawson 6'4", 300. Real big up front. I think this is the first time in a long time we return everything in our front seven. We lost one player to the NFL, Claudian Chellis. He's with the Jets right now, but we returned our leading tackler, Terrence Ellis, at linebacker. I just love what our front seven look like overall. I love what our front seven look like. The only reason I wouldn't give us an A+ is because of our secondary. We had to replace some pieces in our secondary. We had a kid, Calvante Key, when I was starting corner. He left us late, bro. I mean, I'd rather kids. We gonna leave in February. You know what I'm saying? He left last month, so it's like, so we're kind of scrambling trying to find another corner. And I've been to a few camp practices, and we got some real good young corners. We got a corner out of Vicksburg, Mississippi, J.D. Keller, who's been stepping up, 6'2" kid, really good. But we do return Andrew Smith that corner. I call him Mr. Pick Six. That corner, kind of pick six won us a game last year, so. We turn him at corner, and we were trying to shuffle some things around at safety too. So I love our front seven, but our secondary is what's going to keep it from the A+. The secondary.
Okay. All right, bet that. All right, so let's go ahead and go to that passing game. And of course, that passing game includes most notably the quarterback, but your receiver, your tight end, and your O-line pass game blocking scheme. Okay. All right. So what grade would you give your passing game?
I'm gonna give a passing game a B-.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a B- just because of how bad it was last year. I think our passing game really held us back last year. It wasn't just on the quarterback. I thought some of the play calling was down. I think we kind of focused on giving the ball to Jarvion Howard a little bit too much. So I want to see us improve in that passing game. But one thing I can say is I think we brought in the pieces to help us do that. We do return Montario Hunt, receiver number 14 at receiver. I think he has pro potential. Montario Hunt, we brought in another transfer from Michigan State. A guy Ant Williams Jr. When I got to camp, I'm looking for him. He's bigger than what I thought he was. He's listed at like 6'1", but he's real big, can run. So we got Ant Williams coming in, and we got a really, really good freshman that I love, Omarion Blakes. He was the number 19 player in Mississippi coming out of high school, and he's been in camp looking good. When I got there, I tell the story. I got to camp, he wore number 3. And he's moving around. I'm like, who's number 3? Where we get him from? His body did look like a freshman. Okay. So just his physique, I was like, okay. And he started making some plays. So he gonna see some playing time. Omarion Blake, so you're gonna remember that name. Omarion Blake's their receiver. You're gonna remember that name. So I think that's gonna be good. And at the quarterback position, everybody know we brought in Tyler Macon, 4-star Elite 11 quarterback. He's really elusive. Okay. I mean, if you remember the old Alcorn of Noah Johnson, Lenore's football, he pushed you in that mind. But I want to see him be able to prove that he can read coverages and pass. He got a huge arm, but I haven't seen him be able to read coverages yet. And I want to see him prove that. And then also Aaron Allen is coming back. He's battling for that starting quarterback too. And I think he's a great passer. He just kind of like he can't move. So we got like one that can move really well, and Aaron Allen is the quarterback that he doesn't really move well, but he has a really good arm. So that's gonna be a good battle to see. But I think we're still looking pretty good at the quarterback position as well. And the offensive line is another position I thought we upgraded in. So we got a big transfer tackle, which I thought was big for DeMarcus Gordon out of Louisiana Tech to help protect the quarterback. So I give us a B-.
Okay. When you were talking about everything, particularly the quarterback position, you can't think about quarterback position in Alcorn without thinking about Steve McNair. Okay.
Yeah.
Do y'all ever because it seems like y'all would have the highest of high standards for quarterback, you know what I'm talking about? Because y'all got who I would say is the GOAT, undoubtedly in the SWAC. I know somebody would say arguably. Okay, so arguably the GOAT in the SWAC ever for that. Does that give y'all a different level of expectation for your quarterback position? You know, even though that was years ago, but still, it's like the standard. You feel me?
Yeah, it is. It gives a different level of expectation. And even with Coach Fred McNair, he has he's hard on the quarterback. He is extremely hard. He's extremely hard on the quarterbacks, but it also helps us on the recruiting trail too. This kid, Tyler Macon, came in and was like, I wanted to come here because of Steve McNair. And that's been, 20, 30 years ago. And to still have that reputation, I think that's big for us. He came in like, man, he said in his Elite 11 camp, Trent Dilfer told him, you remind me of Steve McNair. And he said, so once he hit the portal, he researched, he like, this is perfect. He said, just lined up perfect for him. He said, that's what they were telling me at the Elite 11 camp. So it lined up perfect, just the reputation. So it lined up perfect.
So I got to blame Trent Dilfer for helping y'all in the recruiting class. Okay, I got to send some shots at him. Okay, all right, going to the running game. I already know y'all got that monster down there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think even my real ones connected to Jackson State University will admit that young man, Mr. Howard, is the monster. Okay.
Yeah.
But of course, you got to have that line as well. So we talked about pass blocking with your line, okay? But let's talk about run blocking and with Mr. Howard and other backs you might have down there this year. What grade will you give your running game?
Now, this is the only grade I'm gonna give an exception. I'm gonna give it an A+ for the running game.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it an A+. I thought even our offensive line was really good at run blocking last year. I thought our deficiency was pass blocking, but run blocking, we were pretty good at run blocking last year, and we added some pieces as well. And I think Jarvion Howard is the best back in hbcu football. And we also have like a stable because we have Nico Duffy too. Okay. People don't remember that Nico Duffy led us in rushing in 2019. We won our last SWAC championship. He was our guy. He can get it done. And we're gonna be moving him around, getting him in different spots. We even had some sets with both of them in the backfield. So I think our running game is gonna be really, really good. And also we have a dual threat quarterback now.
Mm-hmm.
Maker. So now that gives you another option in that backfield where you can't just key in on Jarvion Howard. Last year, sometime, everybody knew what was coming. I remember the Southern, and they had like 9 in the box. They knew what was coming. I'm like, throw the ball. They had 9 in the box. We handed it to Jarvion. This year, you put 9 in the box with a quarterback that can go 92. Because Tyler May, he can go 90 yards. I saw him in the practice today. He went 85 with him. Like, oh man, he has that speed. He's one of the fastest players on our team.
Okay.
So now you got that in the backfield with that RPO. So if you miss, it's to the house either way. So I give our running game A+. I think we're gonna be able to run it with quarterback, running back. And I think our offensive line will be even better because we were young. That's another position we brought back everything.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move to special teams. A lot of people sleep on special teams, but real football fans know. All right, many games are won and lost when it comes to the kicking game. All right, whether you can flip field, all that kind of stuff, whether you can make your field goals, your extra points, all that, you know what I'm talking about. So kick return game, punt return game as well, okay? Some big plays come out of that, swing momentum and everything like that. So what grade would you give your special teams?
A D-.
Woo!
I'm giving him I got
say you were a hard grader. Okay.
I gotta call him to the carpet. Our special teams has been horrible the last 2 years.
Okay.
I mean straight up horrible. Last year, our punter was ruled ineligible like 2 days before our first game. So we had a kicker doing our punting.
Okay.
And so they just hurt us all year long. We have like 10-yard punts. And no knock to that kid because that kid's been a kicker all his life. He had to just jump in and punt. So shout out to Kiani. But we had a couple games with it. They didn't have to. They stopping us and we just punting the ball 7 yards and throwing our defense back out and it was hurting us. And even our punt return. And so by him being a punter, he kicking line drive. We played Texas Southern last year. Kicked the line drive to the returner, and our field team couldn't get down the field because he kicked the line drive to the punter, touchdown. So it's things like that just been bad. Our special team has been bad. Now the only reason I didn't give us the F is because we brought in like 5 punters. But I gotta see it. You gotta prove to me that it's different. You gotta prove it, but the special team was just horrible. Our covering was just horrible. And so I'm calling to the carpet. We can't win. Last year proved to me how important special teams is. I think we win 2 or 3 more games last year with better special teams. So our special team was horrible, but I can't say we did bring in more punts. So we shouldn't see a situation this year where we got a kicker punting again. Mm-hmm. So we got 2 kickers. We got about 4 punters he brought in. I guess Max said that ain't happening no more. He brought in like 4 punters. And so we got a bunch of punters and So, but I do want to see them. They got to prove it to me though. They got to prove because they hurt me last year. They hurt me.
That's real. That's real. All right, we're gonna move to the coaching staff then. Okay, and I know quite famously. Okay, we kind of pluck the coach from y'all down there. You know what I'm talking about? All right. But y'all do have the legend. Okay, and Coach McNeil. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to him. I respect that brother. I haven't met him yet, but he just from afar and watching his media and stuff like that and seeing how he is, his mannerisms and stuff like that, he seemed like a man's man, a real dude, you know what I'm talking about? So shout out to him. But overall, what grade would you give your coaching staff?
I'm going to give him a B+. I thought they did a really good job of recruiting this year, a really good job of bringing in talent this year. After going 5 and 6 last year, to be able to bring in a class like they brought in after going 5 and 6, I thought that was impressive. Okay. I think they committed to making some changes because I was hard on the special team wise, and they made some changes, brought in some punters, brought in some kickers. I was hard on them with just some of our offensive things and not making it the Jarvion Howard show. And so they brought in some pieces and they committed to make some changes on the offensive side of the ball and the way we call plays, the way we do things, and it's looked different. So I'm gonna give him that much. So I'm gonna give him a B+ just because of Big Mac, and he's really the only coach in the SWAC right now to win multiple titles. So you got to give him that. Now, and our DC, Coach T, Cedric Thomas, man, I love our DC. I think our DC is a head coach in this league. He was the head coach at UAPB when they started their turnaround. Okay. And he ended up going to Southern Miss, and he did a really good job last year coming in. He came in late last year, didn't really get the chance to bring in his players, and he had our defense humming. So I think this year with another year under his belt, we're gonna be even better. So I love my DC, love some of the changes our offense has made, love our recruiting class. And I think Big Mac did a good job keeping everything together. So just off his reputation and his ring finger real heavy. So I'm gonna give him a B+.
It is that. I can't lie about that because those were some depressing years. Okay. Those were some depressing years. Seeing y'all turn up like that and seeing us go through what we were going through at the time, that was rough. But I know he was one of the spearheads of that. But again, shout out to Coach Mack. All right. So overall team grade, okay? Can you laid it out for each one individually? You gave us a defense, passing game, running game, special team, and coaching. But when you put all that thing together, what team grade would you give your Braves?
I'm gonna give us a B. I'm gonna give us a B. And I'm excited about the year. I'm gonna give us a B just because I want them to prove something. Like I said,
Okay.
We got to prove that we've made the changes in special teams. We got to prove that offensively we can be something other than Jarvion Howard. Last year we were Jarvion Howard or bust. That's what we were. I love what our defense did last year, but offensively we were Jarvion Howard or bust. We have to prove that we can, because if we can spread everything out and make you have to pick and choose and make you think, then I think Jarvion will have an even bigger year. And we can throw the ball and spread the ball and get 9 people up, nine men out the box, we're gonna be even better. So I think I give us a B, but they do have to prove it to me. The sky's the limit with this team. I think the talent. I've been around the 14 team when we won it, the 15 team, 18. I've been around all these teams, and just looking at the talent alone, we stack up with all of them. We stack up with all of them, just talent.
That's a big statement, doesn't it?
Just talent alone. Just the depth we have. I love when I look at teams. I look at depth. We have some quality depth. That was the good thing about having so many young guys playing these past couple of years. We were losing to where now they're juniors, and we also brought in some good talent with them. So we got some really good depth. So I'm excited about the depth, and I'm excited about the year. But I'm gonna give us a B because we got to prove some things. I ain't just giving us nothing. I ain't giving us no A, but just because it's all going. You got to show me these last 2 years been depressing. Oh, they've been depressing. So they got to show me some things. But I'm excited. I think we're gonna do some big things this year.
Man, real ones, y'all didn't notice it, okay? Because I edit, you know what I'm talking about. But my computer just crashed, okay? The fans don't like to see real ones connect, okay?
The fans
watching. They see a Jackson State man and an Alcorn man up here connecting, and they got scared, okay? They thought it was Dr. King and Malcolm X coming together. That's what they thought, okay? But they ain't stopping nothing. We right back on it, okay? But G, before I let you get out here, I wanted to ask you this though. You talked about how you didn't like how last year y'all were too Mr. Howard centric, okay? Yeah. The offense was too much based around him. It was him or bust. So do you think if y'all are successful in terms of diversifying your offense, maybe getting some of the making the defense take some of those guys out of the box and lighten that load on Mr. Howard, do you think he can have such a spectacular year that puts him in the running for that big time postseason award, player of the year, you know what I'm talking about? And I do know for y'all watching, I know it's quarterback centric.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been snapping about that, not only on the college level, but on the NFL level as well. They got to stop this, okay? Because these running backs be balling, okay? But that's a whole nother video. All right. But do you think if y'all can diversify things and lighten the box for this kid, that he can have such a great year that he might get that award?
I think so, bro. Because if you think about it, man, he ran for 1,300 yards last year, and he was going against 7, 8, 9 in the box, full box. Mm-hmm. So we can get some folks out there box. He's gonna have some long runs. So one of his best attributes is like the kid can run over you, around you, or past you. That's what I love about him. So I think he have the ability to have some long runs. And if you let him get downhill to where the safeties are further back, and they get down here, he get a full head start, they ain't gonna want to tackle him. So I think he has some long runs if we can do that, but we have to do it. We can't just talk about it. I know it sounds easy to do. Yeah. Oh, let's just get him out the box. It ain't easy to get him out the box. We got to show the ability to get him out the box. And I also think like having a dual threat quarterback and Tyler Macon will help that as well, because a lot of times they just keyed off on Howard. So sometimes now, if Tyler Macon's able to keep that ball on their read option and take it up the sideline, now you got to account for Tyler Macon in that backfield as well at the same time. So now you can't just key off on Jarvion Howard. So I think that would also open up things for him, because Tyler Macon is another great runner. He's another guy that can, he's running like a 4-4 at quarterback. So he's another guy. So we're having them two in the back at the same time will be real dynamic, but we're gonna have to be able to throw the ball on the outside. We're gonna have to be able to get it out to our receivers like Monterio Hunt and Hank Williams. We just brought in Malik Rogers. So we're gonna have to be able to get it out to keep the defense honest. But I do think if we can clear that box, he's gonna have a major year. because it's gonna be tough to stop him. It's gonna be tough to stop him with six men in the box.
Well, that's what's up, man. Well, before you get out of here, make sure you let all the real ones know where to follow you. You know what I'm talking about? Where to subscribe. Just anything you want to tell them. You know what I'm talking about?
Gotcha, bro. I'm G on SWAC'n A Fool. We on SWAC'n A Fool on Instagram, YouTube. Anywhere you go, type in SWAC'n A Fool. We there. TikTok, anywhere. But I'm G from SWAC'n A Fool. Twitter, anything. X is they like to call it. But that's SWAC'n A Fool.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that man went crazy and switched it up on there. Every time I see that damn thing on my phone, that icon, I'm thinking, man, I know I ain't put no X videos on my phone. What this man do? What Elon Musk got going on? What this man talking about? Okay, but you know what I'm talking about. That's a whole nother thing. But I appreciate you coming on, dog.
Anytime,
Real
bro.
ones. Y'all see what we doing, you know what I'm talking about? We swap working this thing. We're setting an example for our culture, you know what I'm talking about? What we're doing in this game and the entertainment business, you know what I'm talking about? These are things that should be going on within the culture as a whole, you know what I'm talking about? Real ones getting together, aligning themselves for common goals, you know what I'm talking about? The only time we adversaries is on that Saturday when we meet up on that field, okay? But other than that, we in this thing together, you feel me? But I appreciate you, dog.
Anytime, big dog.
All right, one.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?